Red Dead Redemption is making its long-awaited return to consoles, so this should be worth celebrating, right? Well, let's discuss why this announcement isn't all it's cracked up to be, and how Xbox could be releasing some brand new hardware. Up next. What up guys, this is Kalo, and I'm here to give you the lowdown on all things gaming, and if you're new here, feel free to subscribe to this channel for weekly video game news content, drop a like on the video, and welcome to the Level Up. So the news broke back on Monday that Red Dead Redemption will be making a release on the Nintendo Switch and the PS4, and it will also be running on the PS5 on August 17th. And this release will include personally my favorite DLC of all time, and that's Undead Nightmare. But it turns out people are pretty pissed about this matter because if you already own the game digitally on the PS3, you still need to purchase the game again because it won't be recognized on the PS5. Now here's a post from, and this is gonna feel weird to say, ex-user Chris, who laid out all the target frame rates for this game on all of its new platforms. You can see that the Switch in handheld mode will hit 720p at 30 FPS and 1080p at 30 FPS in dock mode. The PS4 will hit 1080p at 30 FPS, and the PS4 Pro is hitting 4K at 30 FPS. But what's funny about this all, it's worth noting that PlayStation delisted the game back in October to force consumers to buy this game again, at full price. And as one can be led to believe when you go to the YouTube announcement for this game, people are not happy one bit, and rightfully so. Now, looking back on some words from Take-Two Interactive CEO Strauss Zelnick, he was talking about ports, and at this time, this was more geared towards Mafia Definitive Edition. Quote, remastering has always been part of the strategy. What we've done differently than the competition is we don't just port over titles. We actually take our time to do the very best we can, making the title different for the new release, for the new technology that we're launching it on. Looking back on it being now 2023, I honestly don't think Rockstar has stuck to this. What's even more interesting here is the fact that this is a 2010 port of the game coming to PlayStation and the Switch, and this doesn't have the multiplayer. But it does if you play on Xbox since the original game servers are still up. And again, you're paying full price for less of a game. But all that aside, we're moving on to a rather interesting story here, and it involves a potential new iteration of the Xbox Series X console. And this is all coming from Special Nick on the Xbox Era podcast. According to him, Xbox has plans for a digital Xbox Series X and other hardware in 2025. But this digital Xbox Series X is a no-brainer here at this point in time, because there's been quite a shift to a digital library of games as of late. I, for one, used to be all physical all the way, but over time, the ease of use downloading all my games was just the right move for me personally. And Xbox themselves over the past few years have really leaned into the idea of cloud gaming and streaming your games off Game Pass. So releasing their most powerful console in an all-digital format would further back this idea. Also, when looking at the competition being Sony and their all-digital PS5 that went over fairly well with consumers, and it came in at a cheaper price point, so this could further entice users to make the switch. Now, as for that other hardware bit in 2025, Nick didn't go into much detail about this. But let's speculate as to what this could be. Could a pro model of the Xbox Series X be in the cards for Microsoft? Well, a while back, Phil Spencer was keen to shut that idea down, claiming they didn't need to make such a console. But there is an alleged PS5 Pro on the horizon, and Microsoft currently claims the title, at least on paper, of owning the most powerful console on the market. So if Sony releases the PS5 Pro, I'm fairly certain Xbox can and honestly should have an answer to that. But with all that being said, I'm going to pass this question off to you guys. What do you make of this Red Dead situation? And would you be in the market for an all-digital Xbox Series X? But that about does it here. I've been Kalo. I gave you the lowdown on all things gaming. And if you're new here, feel free to subscribe to this channel for weekly video game news content. Drop a like on the video, and this has been the Level Up.